Hey, my video family, how you all doing today? I am in my office today. I'm rearranging some things. I got some really great stuff coming up. I can't tell you all of it now, but I got some amazing opportunities coming up. So I had to kind of rearrange my office to accommodate all of these different things. I have been deep in study. And let me tell you what that means. I purchased Damon John. For those of you all that watch Shark Tank, I purchased Damon John's entire business virtual training system. I did it for two reasons. A, I like Damon John, but then I also wanted, I just bought into a virtual training program and I wanted to see how to do it. I mean, I can come up with ways to do it, but I wanted to see how somebody who I really believe had probably really figured it out does it. So I subscribe, and it's not a cheap program, y'all, but it's worth every dime. I haven't even finished it. It's where it's a online course that in a way I've never seen it before. It's a virtual online course, so it's kind of what I do. It's a lot of videoing. You have to take tests and pass, or you will not be able to go to the next chapter. It's really phenomenal, guys. So outside of it just being a great platform, and he definitely did a great job at putting it together. And I'm not even finished. I think I'm just on chapter 3, and I probably got at least another 20 hours to go. But it's really about entrepreneurs and understanding what this thing is that God gave us and how to build it, understand it, scale it, monetize it. It's in every possible way. So let me tell you the one thing that stuck with me. I was going to do this Facebook Live today on something else, but he said something that I knew in my mind, but I wasn't able to articulate it the way he does. He said, once you recognize your gift, once you discover your why, and you've heard me talk about that many times from Simon Sinek's book, once you discover your why, you have to cultivate it. Because most of us, when we discover why we do what we do, or that we actually have this gift of doing something, we for some reason think we're just going to ride off the gift. When most times in the area of the gift, we're actually very deficient. We know as much as we know, and that's probably because God just gave us the gift of knowing maybe more than the people that we talk around or talk to. But we still aren't really totally versed in that thing. So I'm going to break down some more what he talked about. But let me give you an example. I am no financial planner, management person, consultant by any means. I don't even profess that. But I do recognize, now that God has allowed me to see some things, that I do have a natural knack for understanding how money works, for understanding how to get yourself from here to there. It's like a person that's naturally good in math, but they don't realize they're naturally good in math. I'm actually pretty good in math. I also understand from a life perspective how to be in a hole, how to literally change my entire way of thinking and get out the hole, because I realized when I start putting money concepts out there that I actually was good at it. I actually was gifted in it. I actually knew more than I thought I knew. And some of you all have discovered that too. That's why you've hired me to help you. So what does that mean? That means now that I have discovered that I'm really good at something, I can't just rest there. I can't just say, oh, okay, I'm good enough. That means now I have to learn more about this gift. I have to cultivate this gift. I have to say, okay, God, I'm obviously naturally good in understanding how money moves, but I need to take classes, which I am doing, in financial management, in financial consulting. I need to learn more about saving. I need to buy the program like I bought from Damon John, which also deals a lot with the monetizing and financial aspect of how to understand how to take your business from pedal to post, as they say, all the way until millions and 7 figures and 8 figures. And I had to learn, and by him being an entrepreneur and I knowing that he started from the bottom, I wanted to invest in people and be mentored and coached by people that understand the journey, and that stuff doesn't come free. So I have decided, guys, this is what I did. I don't like credit card debt at all. I had an American Express card that had zero on it. Absolutely nothing. And it's one of those you got to pay when the bill comes. But I said, you know what? This is worth me investing in his program that I have thoroughly enjoyed, and I ain't even a third of the way done, because it's going to prepare me for where one of the things, it's not one and done, but it's going to get me where I'm trying to go. So this is what I'm alluding to. If you discover that you're good in marketing, in branding, in whatever it is, stop being satisfied with just knowing as much as you know, and then you're out here trying to sell these concepts to people, but you're doing nothing to hone or to cultivate that knowledge or that gift. The minute you discover that you're good in something, or that you really want to do something that you think you can do, you need to start investing in learning about that thing, learning about how to make it do what it does, how to make it better, how to make it bigger, how to make it. One thing he said that goes along with this: the only way your business can truly grow is if it does two things. It fulfills a need and it creates value. Period. You will find yourself hitting a brick wall if you don't keep investing in even the thing that you do well. Now, let me say this. Even if you know you're able to do something, but you don't do it as well as you need to do it, or you don't know what to do next, then that now becomes a deficient area in your life. You're deficient. It's amazing to me, guys, and I'm getting ready to give you a recent situation. I was at a conference 2 weeks ago, and I had to do the round table. I do a lot of these hosting of these big round tables. And the round table was full. It was phenomenal. And what I do is I don't totally control what I want people to answer. I kind of let them give me what they think they're. This is what I do. I'm a believer in solving problems. I'm a natural problem solver. So I asked them this: what do you all think? It was hundreds of people in there. What do you all think are some of the problems with the salons today, and why they're not sustaining, why they're closing, why they're working on life support? Why do you think that is? So what I do to control the class, because it was too many of them to just let them go for it, I have them write down their questions. God, I actually don't have their questions with me. But it was probably one of the most amazing round tables I've ever done. But all these questions came about. And they were good questions. And we had excellent dialogue. And what I typically do is I like to kind of compartmentalize the room. So I put salon owners over here. I put people who've never owned a salon on one side. And then I actually put people who have owned a salon and lost it in another area. And I put people that want to own in another area. So I can kind of get different perspectives, and they can also kind of converse with each other. And so what I did was I absorbed and I learned myself from all those things that people ask. But this is what I'm leading to. Those questions, those things, which there were many, has to be some of the number one issues that salon owners are having today. Number one issues. And I mean, when I say issues with business, it wasn't just about people. It was about money. It was about all these things, but it was about running the business is what I'm saying. It was about how to run it, how to keep people, how to monetize it, how to make the money make sense. It was all what I call back office stuff. But let me tell you what was amazing. I told people in that same segment, or right after, that I'm doing this conference right here. Y'all see this right here? It's called Salon Owner Strategies Conference. 80% of them in there already knew I was doing it because they follow my video feeds, which is YouTube. By the way, Some of you all were asking me about my YouTube. You said you couldn't find it. I had to put it in my government name, Nikki Smith Mattison, Mattison, because there's a gazillion Nikki Smiths in the world who also spell their name like mine, Nikki with 1K. So if you all are looking for my YouTube feed, it's Nikki, Niki, Smith Mattison, Mattison. So this was what was interesting. Everything that was asked in that room, even from people who had never owned, people who had owned and lost it, gave their account of why. So all of that. So I also put out in the same conversation that I was hosting a beauty coaches rock retreat with two of my beauty coaches friends, and we're going to Hong Kong. Now, mind you, the Hong Kong trip is $5,000. I don't even know how many people. Probably if I counted in my feed or people that text me, I gave them my text line to let me know if they wanted information, which is 1-800-580-8074. So if any of you all want that, that's fine. But this is what I'm alluding to. The salon owner strategies, which is the thing they're most deficient in, I maybe got, I think for the Hong Kong trip, which is $5,000, salon owner strategies, which is $1,200, is right here in the state, and you probably won't even spend as much money. I got probably to 50 people that wanted to go to Hong Kong. I got maybe 10 that wanted to go here. And I said to myself, I mean, that's fine. You can go to either one. But I said to myself, even though I'm hosting both, that's interesting. The interesting part is, this is what's broken. This is what you got jacked up every single day. This is what's taking your money. This is what's got you shutting down. This is what's got your personal and professional life messed up, is not understanding this, but you rather spend $5,000, which I'm fine with now, to go to Hong Kong. I thought that was just an interesting observation. You can spend $1,200 here and be in Vegas, and you spend $5,000 to go to Hong Kong. And what's in Hong Kong is great now. It's Cosmoprof Asia. We're going to have fun, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and that's great. I ain't tripping on the fact that y'all want to go to Hong Kong, because we are going to have a good time. But my point is, invest also in what's broken, which is this. It was hundreds of you all in there, and y'all got problems that this salon owner strategies will solve. I got 16 people here, 18 if you include me and the host. We are going to be able to give you instruction, direction, hands-on coaching in all of those areas. I wish I had the questions. Unfortunately, I sent them to my virtual assistant so she can type them all out for me, because they were all these little bitty pieces of paper. But it's amazing to me. We will spend unlimited amounts of money on what we think is fun. How fun is it when you're broke? How fun is it when you come back to a salon and you got 9 chairs and nobody in them? How fun is that? When you come back from Hong Kong, which, like I said, I ain't tripping. Come on, let's go to Hong Kong. But when you come back from Hong Kong, this is your reality. This is what you got to deal with every day. You have to deal with why your salons are jacked up, why you can't get staff, why you can't keep staff, why you can't make the money work, why you don't understand retail, why you don't even understand what your brand is, why you have not been able to accept that this industry has changed. It ain't no need of you being mad at YouTube, because it's not going nowhere. If you can't beat them, join them. We're going to talk about things like what to do with your added space to make extra money. I'm going to teach you about stuff like how to do chair on demand, how to set up the right commission formulas, how to set up the right booth rental formulas, how to make sure your butt don't get sued because you got the wrong type of contract or none at all, how to make sure if somebody burn up the building next to you that's connected to you in a strip, how to make sure you got the right insurance called business interruption insurance. So if you put out a business due to no fault of your own, how to still make sure you get paid. That's the kind of stuff that this teach. But I get it. Y'all just want to go to Hong Kong because nobody, as Damon John said, he actually said in that particular, I think I'm on chapter 3, he actually said this is the number one thing that he finds is deficient with every single entrepreneur. If you are a person that, let's say you open a restaurant, just because your family thinks you a good cook doesn't mean that you don't need to learn more things about cooking. Doesn't mean that you don't need to learn more ways about, it's amazing to me, and I know it's cultural. I get so tired. I go everywhere. I deal with whites, blacks, Asians, Ukrainians. I deal with everything. And I'm sick of going in a black restaurant and everything you asking for on the menu, we ain't got that right now. We out of that right now. You just opened. Why don't you go and learn from people who have mastered the restaurant business, how everything that's on that menu, they make sure they know how to order food, they know when to cook it, how to cook it so that it's fresh when you get it. How come you don't go somewhere and learn the art of how to strategize and set up a restaurant business so that you can actually be able to have everything you say you have on that menu? You know why? Because black people, because we still got a slave mentality. We want to ride off of our brawn. We don't want to put no brains into it. We don't want to put no money behind learning how to do this thing better so we don't end up losing customers. All we want to do is do it. And I'm telling y'all, Damon John said it. He said that is the number one thing that kills businesses is they don't want to learn more and invest more in their craft, in their business. Learning what you don't know, learning where you're deficient, learning when you realize you got the secret sauce and Lord, I'm on to something, instantly you start learning. I have been asked to mentor and coach people as long as I can remember. I've been asked 20, 30 years ago when I was like, no, I ain't gonna be able to do that. I was like, I ain't gonna be able to do that. I'm not dying. What does that mean? That mean y'all call me every day. People don't know it. Only people that know me really know I'm really an introvert. I'm not a social butterfly at all. I like who I like, and that's it. And I'm not a person that wants to be. I'm not in cliques. I got a lot of people that I love and they love me, but that's really not who I am. So when people were asking me this, I was like, ooh, God, no. Coach, mentor, what that mean? They going to call me every day. I'm going to be responsible for helping them with every single thing. What does that mean, y'all? So for years, I fought it. I was doing it anyway. I was helping people anyway. I was crying with people and praying with them and being their chill. I was doing it anyway. But it was when I knew God said to me through a series of things that happened, when I knew it was time to really do it. I knew it was time to really do it. I said, okay, God, you're going to have to teach me about this thing. Do you all know before I set up a formal coaching group, I bought every book I could buy. I bought when I say free webinars, if I couldn't afford what they were charging, I literally dove what I didn't understand. I dove into it. That's what I did. I totally dove so I started learning that it wasn't necessarily that I had to totally surrender my life for it, but I still wanted to learn how to do it. So then I've told this on many lives. There was a series of events that made me say, go ahead and do it. But now dig this. Now I'm in it, full-fledged in it. I got probably 200 people. I got a lot of people. I do private coaching. I do group coaching. I now have online courses, which will be launched. But this is it, guys. I said, God, I still feel like I don't know something. I still feel like I'm missing something. So guess what I did? I found a company called IPEC, IPEC. Amazing company. And they ain't cheap either. I said, okay, let me bite this bullet. And I'm going to invest in learning because I realized that I was still deficient. In certain areas, I realized that I couldn't no longer just ride off of charisma and ride off of the fact that I have good communication skills. No. I needed to learn more about how to understand people. So it's like psychology. Literally, it's like going to a psychology course to be able to do this and to understand why people either do or don't do what you need them to do and why they stuck and their stuff is messed up and why they won't move. And I wasn't understanding that. This course has helped me to understand how to make now my coaching even better. And I realized I had to invest in it. I could care less about the certification, but let me tell you about that too. I said that in the beginning, but then I realized in order for me to solicit myself, I don't care how much juice I think I got, in order for me to solicit myself to people who really will pay me what I weigh, they care about a certificate. They care. It's not about whether you know more than the other. They want to see that you have invested in your craft. You've taken the necessary steps to learn what you need to learn. You have put forth effort to become the best whatever. Coach, life coach, business coach, I don't care what it is. They literally want to know that you have taken time and spent money and put some skin in the game to be the absolute best that you could be at what you say you can do. So with the certification does matter. It matters because it says that I care about learning, and I don't believe I know everything just because God gave me the gift to do it. I see you all constantly. You tell me your money's messed up. I've been talking about Money Matters Conference. I'm doing that in San Juan next June. And I done told y'all could put $50 down every week to June. Guess what? The same people that was willing to give me $5,000 for Hong Kong will not put $50 down for a conference that's next year, but they say money is their biggest problem. Why are we not spending time and energy learning about what's deficient, learning about what ain't working, learning about what's broken? We're not doing any of that, guys. And I'm here to tell you, you're going to stay in that situation. You ain't going to get no better if you don't spend time, energy, money. Time is money. That means going online. They got YouTube videos up the butt about everything you want to learn. When I got into learning more about finance and realizing I needed to, since I naturally had to give, I need to get better, guess what I did? I would be on YouTube for 4 and 5 hours. I got a whole list of people that I listen to all the time. And then I said, okay, the free stuff is cool, but if I want the extended stuff, I got to pay. I start school for financial consulting in December. I start school, you hear me? Bona fide school where I got to go in a place. The college is next door to me. I literally start in December. Literally. Okay? Any videos I have on my phone in my notes. I have money videos. This, I see you, Jessica. I have a playlist that I ain't calling it a playlist, but I got all these videos that are actually categorized based off of what they're talking about. I got videos when people are having a hard times. I got all these things I done just saved and copied to this list. But the bottom line is you all ain't spending no time. You ain't spending no time. I'm sorry. If money is what's messed up, you can learn every technique made to man. It is not going to solve your money problem. It is not that you are not making money. It's that you do not know what to do with the money after you get it. That's the problem. I just had 2 girls call me the other day. Both signed up for the conference. They were actually I was in Miami. They were actually there. They said, girl, I felt so convicted. They signed up paid in full for the conference. They said, I realize I'm spending my money in the wrong place. That's exactly what they said. They said, I realize I'm spending my money and I'm steady making it. One made $220,000 a year. Broke, has no idea where her money is. No idea whatsoever. I'm telling y'all, Damon John said it best. He said, if you all as entrepreneurs, people who want to succeed, don't start investing in learning more, paying for people to help you understand how to navigate through these different gifts that you have and through this business that you say you want to do, you're going to fizzle out. That's exactly what he said. And he's right. So I want to see, I only got 9 seats left. I want to see more of you, or 7 with those 2 girls. I want to see y'all at this. If this is what you say is messed up, this ain't just me talking. This is a whole bunch of people talking. I still got payment arrangements. I want to see you in Vegas. I want to see, because the next time I see you, and I know I'm seeing you on this feed every time I get on here, and you ask me about XYZ concerning your business, guess what I'm going to ask you? Why you ain't come to the conference? Why you ain't come? I offered you payment arrangements. I offered you $50 a week. And then, y'all forget about this stuff y'all post. Y'all say I ain't got no money, but then I see you somewhere on a $5,000 trip. Or at a cut party, which ain't nothing wrong with that. but getting in these cut parties ain't free all the time. I see you spending money on hotel and airfare to walk on the stage and show people your skill set, which is great, but that ain't gonna get you out of money trouble. All I'm saying is balance it out. All I'm saying, I ain't saying, look, I got to where I am from cutting, coloring, weaving. Trust me, I'm not negating cultivating your technical skill, because that is what gave me the platform, was me honing that. I followed the same principle. When I realized I was good at something, I said, oh, okay, I got to learn more about how to do this type of haircut, or how to do different types of haircuts using this concept, or how to do how to color different types of hair, how to color hair that's on different nationalities. Every time I realized that I was on to something, that something was working, I say, I got to learn more about it. I got to buy a book. Back then we had DVDs. Now, YouTube it, webinar it. Oh, now you can sit at your house. You ain't got to go nowhere. Back then we had to pay airfare, hotel to learn everything. Now, this the information age. You ain't got no reason to not know what you need to know to make your life better. That is your fault. If you fail, it's your fault. If you just exist and you're on life support for 10 years, that's your fault. There are people out here that can help you, and some of it come free. But if you spending money anywhere, then you can spend money on stuff like this. It's $1,200. I give you hotel. I give you food, breakfast, and lunch. All you got to do is get yourself there. I know if I was 10 shades lighter, I would have charged you $1,500 or $2,000. You would not have gotten food. You would not have gotten hotel. You wouldn't have gotten nothing. And you'd have been on your own and spent way above and beyond that. But it's just amazing to me. And Damon John said it best. He said, this is what kills the entrepreneur. You don't invest in what you need to know to help you survive. You don't invest in it. So all I could tell you is, if you're interested, go on knowledgebynikki.com. You can sign up. I still got payment arrangements. It's in Vegas. The dates are November 9th, 10th, and 11th. It's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I still got I think I got 4 vendor booths left. If you have something you want to sell that is helping people build their business, don't just bring no curling irons, unless you wholesaling them, I ain't interested. I even set it up for vendors where you literally will get hotel and food with your vending. My concept is, let me make it easy for you. You show up, do what you do, walk on out the door. You ain't got to be bothered with all that, because all of it's going to cost you money. Okay, I done already did that. And guess what, guys? I didn't just do it. I put myself on the line, because I told this hotel, I guaranteed X amount of hotels, whether you show up or not. I took that risk so that you can get better at what you constantly tell me is jacked up. So if you're not there, and I see you, and I know you out here spending money, now if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. And then I'm going to have some online courses that are a little cheaper that can help you get your money right. But if I'm out here seeing you spend money and you do this and that and the other, don't be shocked if you come up to me or you hit me up via email or text and you ask me these questions, because the first thing I'm going to say to you is, why were you not at this conference? There is no other conference on this planet that dedicates all of these resources to helping these salons survive and not fail. Salons are closing nationwide. This ain't just happening in your city. Salons are closing nationwide, 15% a year. Literally. Take all the salons you ride by when you go to work. 15% of those will be shut down by next year or whenever they lease run out. Trust me. You know why? Because ain't nobody spending no time trying to learn how to do it better. We just want to play beauty shop. That's what we're doing. We playing beauty shop. And I hate to tell you, but it's a hard fall from grace when you have spent 20, 30, 40 years playing, never invested in something, and then you get to be 50, 60, you can't stand up 10, 12, 14, 16 hours no more, and you have done nothing to improve how you do what you do, leverage what you do, understand how to work with the resources you got. You've done nothing to make that better. So all I'm going to say, and I'm getting ready to go get my car, they're detailing my car, is that if you want to make your life better, if you want to make your personal and professional life, because I will tell you, when business fails, it hurts home too. It ain't just your business that fails. It usually causes you to have some rifts in your personal life as well. Whether you, Take it from somebody that's lost houses, cars, shops. I done been through all that. Bankruptcy more than one time. I know what it means to be off. 5 weeks, 10 weeks. I done had cancer twice. I done been through all of that. And I woke up and I said, as John says in his book, The Power of Broke, when you get tired, when you get absolutely tired of living that way and you watching people you like, I know they had to figure out something I ain't figured out. Let me go sit down and talk to whoever is willing to give me some knowledge. Let me carve out time once a week to watch YouTube. You can watch YouTube for hours till you almost got to make yourself get off. Carve out some time to learn about how to make what you do better. If you have not made these mistakes, this conference is also for you. Get to the conference so you can not do what a lot of us have done and had to backtrack. Okay? It's $11.99. $1,200 stinking dollars. It's in Las Vegas. Ain't no gambling in this hotel because I want you giving all your money to the blackjack man and the crap guy and the slot machines and all of that. So I got it. It's at the Embassy Suites. If you're a suite owner, you still run your business. If you are a suite owner, you need to be there. I got people coming that sell real estate, that do personal training, because it's all client-based businesses. All right. If you want to we got private classes that are additional, that are all on Saturday. It's a beautiful hotel. It's at the Embassy Suites Convention Center. But I don't want to hear no more that I don't know how to do stuff. Because the next thing I'm going to ask you is, what are you doing to learn how to do it? If you don't know how to get staff, don't just think that ain't no staff out there to be hired. No, that's not true. There are people that have successful salons. So what are they doing that you're not? That's what you need to ask yourself. You got to be willing to change. You got to be willing to alter, to shift. The way you thought about salons, I just told an associate of mine. She said, and when I was in Miami, she said, I'm tired. I'm just tired of giving all these people all this information, talking about her staff, training them, and then they decide to get up and go work at home or work at, another shop or go open a shop down the street. After she got through talking, I told her, I said, that's what it is. I said, we live now because the information age has made it where the same things that you're privy to, so are they. So I told her, I said, the minute you relax those expectations, you won't be stressed out. Right now, you need to have the expectation that the maximum time you're going to get with a stylist is 2 years. If you get 2 years out of them, you're great. And that means you lower your expectations, still train them in areas that they need to be trained in. When they decide they want to move on, you let them know, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you open a salon. I'm going to help you do this. She actually told me, she said, well, I guess if you look at it like that, then I guess I won't be so mad. I said, she's old school. She comes from that era where people stayed at salons till they died or couldn't stand up no more. Those days are over. Is these conferences like I ain't gonna say these because ain't none other than this one, that will teach you what to do to get the best out of the stylist while you have them. You can actually even partner with stylists, invest in what they're doing, start leveraging what you have. Look, you pay me, I'll help manage the spot. I'll even financially invest. Now you got more than one shop. It's all kind of ways to do it, but you got to be willing to change. And in order to change, you got to know what to change to. So I need to see you there. I need to see you at Salon Owner Strategies Conference. I believe if you put that in online, it'll direct you to my page. It is knowledge by Nikki with 1K.com. And again, if I see you and I see you spending money and you come up to me when you think you got me by myself and want to ask me all these questions and I ask you why you weren't here, don't be shocked if I don't answer you. You know what I'm going to say? Sign up for the next one. Because I'm not going to keep giving you information and you lazy and you want to spend your money only on what you want and not what you need instead of being where you need to be. So that's all I'm going to say for today. You all have a wonderful Thursday. Knowledge by Nikki, 1K. I'm out. Go online, book your spot. Also, money does matter. Next year in San Juan, I got that online. You can book that at knowledgebynikki.com as well. And look for my online courses. They will be launched by November. So I'll see you soon.